Alrighty, another day, another ride. See if I can find some more trails today. Have to be out of work. No better way to do it than take a ride through the woods. Alright, so this is another one of Barville's historical cemeteries, number 42. Let's go check out some of these old historical graves. 1890 to 1970. Thea Luther, wife of John Luther of Warren, July 1767 through 1853. (1840 to 1902). This one here has a plaque in front of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to read it. Something Eureka 28, Woonsocket, Rhode Island. I think that's what it says. This is all the Irvine family, Irvine man. 1818, 1841, 1821, 1847. Died April 71 at 74 years of age. This one here is in a real good shape. Maybe they did come in here and clean up the stones recently. Died 1845, only 36. Died July 31st, 1848, 83 years old. 1845, he was 80. These little ones usually indicate they might be children's markers. That's the way they did that back in the old days. Or it could be somebody who was not of great financial stature, and they just put a little marker. But usually the small ones indicate children. Alright, got a few more back here. This one was a grandmother, so we got a grandmother and a grandfather that are buried back here. These right here are very old, usually they're indication of grave sites as well. And it looks like they got some lilies out here that are going to bloom a little bit later. Yeah, Barville is just full of these historical cemeteries. You see them all the time out in the middle of the woods, on the side of the road. Historical Society does a real good job of keeping them up, cleaning the graves. Although this one here does need a new sign. Stopping to take another break right now, but this site right here is the Eleanor Slater's Hospital and the old Zambrana Hospital. Back in the tuberculosis pandemic time, this was set up as a hospital to treat the patients. Because of COVID-19 right now, I am not going to go on the property, but that hospital right there was one of the main wards. They had a meeting hall here. I don't know if you can see it up in the back, but there's another part of the hospital that had the church, and the staircase over there was another building. When I grew up in this town, back over in here was all the doctors' buildings. You can still see remnants by that wall there. They had their own power plant and wastewater facility and freshwater facility, and they also had their own fire department. A lot of the buildings have been torn down now. The property is still actually being used today. Not all the buildings are open, but the buildings that are open are being used for paraplegic and end-of-life habitation, also for extended recovery from hospital stays if you need to spend somewhere for 3-4 months, possibly a year, recovering from a hospital stay. Also, it's being used for behavioral health services. But yeah, this is the front of the hospital. Another building. It extends all the way down back. Here's a view of up on the backside from a side street, just to give you kind of sense of how old and how big this place actually is. White buildings, they're there, or for different uses. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from the glare, but there's a beautiful lake over here which is known as Wallem Lake. So we're coming up on the canoe launch of the lake. They since put up a sign, no swimming. Went swimming here last year, but nope, it's like now they actually banned swimming here. There they all go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.